Good morning. So nice to see you join us today, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you, by the way. I decided to wear my green this morning. I hope you'll put on something green as well. We're kind of kicking it off with an Irish twist, not intentionally, but redhead to redhead. Brandy Murray is here this morning. She, of course, is with Hickory Valley Retirement Community. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you, too.
So we're not talking St. Patrick's Day, obviously, but it does kind of usher in spring and the pretty weather to come. People get excited. Y'all are kind of getting ready for your own little market.
We are. So March 27th from 2 to 4, we have a community-wide, so everyone is invited to come. We bring in a spring market to our residents. So you think something like the local craft fairs, craft markets, we bring it to them. We'll have about 30 different vendors, all kinds of crafts and jewelry and baked goods and things. And it's a way for them to shop, and it's also a good option for the community to come in if you want to see what we're about, feel the pulse of the building, maybe squeeze in a tour.
You mentioned the pulse of the building. There is one there, actually, at Hickory Valley. When you come through their doors, it's not a new modern building.
No.
And I think that's a good thing.
It's a very good
because
thing.
to me it feels like home.
It absolutely does.
But you also have a lot of room when you come through those doors. It's not crowded at all.
It's not crowded, it's not dark, it's very homey. We want things to be comfortable, and I mean, modern is great for some things, but we want comfortable and airy and bright, and that's what Hickory Valley is.
This might sound like a silly image that pops into my mind, but I am thinking of it. It's almost like that feeling to me that you get at an airport.
Yes.
Where everyone's going in their different directions, but they're all excited to be going where they're going.
They are.
Can you kind of see why I have that idea?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's always something going on. It feels like everywhere's a different gate, right?
Yeah.
You know, so somebody might be going out to the garden, and somebody's going to bingo, and somebody's leaving the community to go to one of the local restaurants or something. So there's always something.
Or heading to left to go to the dining hall.
Absolutely.
If they don't want to leave the
Great
building.
things there.
So let's talk about the gardening. You mentioned that, and here it is spring. Y'all have a lot of residents who get involved in different kind of hobbies around the community. Gardening is a big one.
Gardening is a big one, and especially with springtime, you know, it's new beginnings and it's fresh, and it's a great time for our residents to just get outside, enjoy the extended daylight hours. And we have multiple raised beds, and we provide the things that they request that they like to grow, and they can just get out there and they really enjoy that. They're out there quite often in the morning when I get there. They're out there already watering their tomatoes or things like that. So
I'll let you play counselor with me a little bit this morning. So one thing I will tell you, I say this every time Brandy's here because it's always relevant, I think. You did not really enter this line of work intentionally. You were an EMT? Paramedic for years, and you would go there sometimes if people had a medical need, and you liked it.
I loved it.
So you made the switch.
Yeah, I've been in it for 26 years, and there was always something about that particular community that just was always inviting. Like when you walk in, you just feel warm and happy to be there and inviting. And yeah, I've been there almost a year now and absolutely love it and look forward to it.
Okay, so here's your time to put your counselor's hat on, because I'm kind of going through this walk. I talk about this all the time, and I'm sorry, but I have an aging mom, 94, and she still lives at home. But we're having conversations about at what point do you say, hey, maybe there's a safety concern here. But making a move is not easy.
It is not easy, but here in the springtime, if you're going to make a move, this is actually the better time because it's a better time of year. You have a more comfortable temperament of weather to move in. You have longer daylight hours, so they actually get to enjoy the actual community activities and amenities that we have. But as far as when you look at an aging parent and the time to move, you want to actually start thinking about that before it gets there. Let them be involved in that process. I would strongly suggest that maybe whoever the children or the decision makers may be, go look at a couple of places first by yourself, rule out some, have a couple that you know, okay, these are 3 great ones, and then take mom or dad and go. Maybe have lunch. We love for our prospective residents to come, enjoy a meal on us, maybe do some activities, attend a concert, and get to feel how it is.
So I'm imagining that also y'all have kind of in place a plan once they have moved in to help it feel even more welcoming. Do you?
Absolutely. So we have kind of an unofficial welcoming committee. One of my jobs that I take a lot of pride in is when you come to me with mom and you say, hey, we're moving in. I take into consideration her personality, her hobbies, maybe what she did for a line of work. And I know the residents that I can pair her up with that are automatically going to be great friends, and they're going to just kind of buddy up.
And that socialization matters too, right? Because especially if you've been living alone, you don't maybe even realize how lonely you're getting.
You don't. You hear that a lot of times, you know, maybe a spouse has passed and now they're just sitting at home. They don't really have community. A lot of them, when they're in their late 90s, their friends have all passed as well. And they say, oh, well, mom's not real social. And then they get there and they're like, where's she at? She's a social butterfly.
Well, maybe a way to introduce your parents or grandparents to the fun there at Hickory Valley, or just go on your own if you're the person who would be moving, is go to this spring market on March 27th. The hours again are what?
2 to 4.
2 to 4, but you're welcome to come by anytime. It's great if you can make an appointment so that Brandy can give you her full attention and give you that tour and enjoy a great meal on them.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
HickoryValleyRetirement.com is your website. There's the number, 855-0508.
See the weather as it happens in Chattanooga from the Local 3 Storm Alert Network. Track the skies from above Lookout Mountain to the foot of Missionary Ridge. On air, online, and on the go. Presented by Doug Yates Towing, your heavy-duty towing and recovery professionals.
Injured?
Don't go billboard. Go board certified.
I hired the board certified